Welcome to UA Live. I'm Piper.
And I'm CJ. Coming up in the show, we look at Ohio weather, UA youth lacrosse, Urban Zen, and distracted driving.
On Wednesday, April 18th, around 7 p.m., officers were called to Hastings Middle School on a report that a half-dressed and bloody man had run onto the field in the middle of a girls' lacrosse game.
This man was identified as Melvin Keyshawn Williams, a 20-year-old UA grad and ex-football player from the class of 2016. Before
he took to the HMS lacrosse field, Williams allegedly broke into a home where he destroyed valuable items, causing an estimated $27,000 in damages.
After a struggle on the field with police, Williams was arrested and taken back to the police station where he remained violent.
Williams has been charged with second-degree felony counts of burglary and inducing panic and fourth-degree felony counts of assault and vandalism, plus a misdemeanor charge of assault.
While that was happening on the field, in the Hastings Middle School auditorium, Upper Arlington theater students were putting on a preview play for middle schoolers called Respect Yourself.
This series of skits reminds 8th graders to make smart choices as they transition to high school.
Here's some more information regarding the show.
We are in love, right?
I just don't know anymore. I'm so confused.
Confused? How could you be confused? Do you want to break up?
Every year, students at Upper Arlington High School audition to be a part of the sexual education show Respect Yourself. The cast rehearsed for about 3 weeks and finally performed on April 19th at Hastings Middle School and Jones Middle School in front of the 8th grade class.
Respect Yourself has been done for years and years, and typically or traditionally was directed by Jody Steckschulte, who laid a lot of the groundwork. When I took it over about 5 years ago, we tried to tighten up some things to make it as relevant as we could make it so that kids who are watching this show were able to connect to some point of it. And as we move forward, that's kind of one of our goals. We want it to be relevant. We want it to be as realistic as possible, but still have enough distance that kids can watch and talk without feeling sort of too personally invaded.
The goal of Respect Yourself is not to force any ideas onto the 8th graders about what they need to do, but it's rather to present all the facts that they need to know to make an educated decision in high school about sex. And so we're just presenting them with the right information, and we're open to asking questions.
And I hope that Respect Yourself can put sexual education into perspective for these kids with someone that they can relate to rather than someone that they don't relate to, so they have the information to make educational decisions in their future.
So Respect Yourself has been a really great experience, especially the second time through, because it's really cool to be an actor and not only see it, but then be it. So like you're living this reality. So that's educating me again about like the dangers of having sex before marriage.
The cast had a preview showing on Wednesday, April 19th for parents. After the show, they had a talkback session where parents had the opportunity to ask questions and give feedback. After each show at the middle schools, students had the opportunity to anonymously ask questions to the cast. This gave parents and students the chance to talk about a subject that isn't focused on in schools.
Hello, I'm Ellie. 1 in every 4 girls and 1 in every 5 boys will be sexually abused by the time that they're 18. If someone is forcing sex or unwanted touching on you or someone you know, then go to a trusted adult like a parent or a teacher or a school counselor. Help is there if you'll just reach out for it.
Hello, I'm Devin. Look around you. 1 in 4 women will be raped in her lifetime, and 75% of the time, the rape is committed by a person the victim knows.
I'm Luca, and I'm
This has been Aurora Shirl for the WARL.
A truly special experience for our 8th graders.
Swedish electronic dance artist and DJ Tim Berling, known as Avicii, was the second iconic music star to die this year. He was found dead in Muscat, Oman on April 20th.
The Oman police have concluded that his death was a suicide.
Avicii's music will be missed by UAHS students and the EDM world alike.
The electronic style of his music reminds most students of the Breakaway Music Festival held every summer in Columbus.
With the final stretch of the school year, most students have already begun thinking of days filled with sunshine.
Although summer is close, the unpredictable Ohio weather is making it feel less like summer is approaching and more like winter will never end.
Lily explored the unpredictable weather and how it affects the lives of students.
Springtime in Ohio can be a beautiful sight, but the residents of this agricultural state know better. The temperature can range 60 degrees each day this time of year. Averaging a high of 80 and a low of 20 degrees makes the residents antsy. In a recent poll, 95% of students preferred warm spring days over cold spring days. Psychology teacher at UA, Mr. Reinhardt, talks about how the weather affects people's mood.
Things like sunlight can impact people's moods, and so there's seasonal affective disorder where people who don't get enough sunlight then become depressed.
Despite the weather inconsistency, Upper Arlington students stay positive on the nastier days.
How I stay positive when it's snowing in April is I use the fact that I can't be outside to catch up on sleep that I didn't get the night before.
I always stay positive when it's cold in the spring, just by knowing that it could always be colder and it could always be worse.
This has been Lily Simonis for WARL.
The high temperature in Columbus has ranged from 42 degrees to 82 degrees over the last 2 weeks. So be sure to check the weather before leaving every morning, Bears.
Ashland University in Northern Ohio became the first school to announce Fortnite scholarships starting in the fall of 2018.
Ashland is one of 66 colleges in the National Association of College Esports. These athletes would be given scholarships like any other varsity sport would.
This new opportunity shows that athletics and academics aren't the only skills being recognized by colleges.
Now let's toss it to Lily and Garrett with sports.
Welcome to sports. I'm Lily.
And I'm Garrett. Our Upper Arlington teams are still pushing through their season with only 2 weeks left until the tournament starts.
Gage Giller and Mark Bruns are leading the men's volleyball team to be ranked 6th in the state with a record of 9-2.
Several other spring sports teams have the success this season as well.
Both girls and boys varsity lacrosse teams are undefeated, even with playing teams from all over the country.
Caroline explored how the girls lacrosse team grows their program here in UA.
Lauren Farber and Sally Sell on the draw circle. Farber with the ball for the Golden Bears.
The Upper Arlington High School women's lacrosse program has been very successful in the past couple of years. The varsity team has won the state championship the last 3 years under the leadership of Coach Wendy Pinta. A way that the high school players help to grow the program is by volunteering at the UALA K-2 clinics. UALA was founded in 1994 to promote the sport of lacrosse in Upper Arlington and develop skills in younger kids to prepare them for middle school lacrosse and then on to high school. Every week, high school lacrosse players give back by volunteering to run the clinics for the youngest kids.
The UAK2 clinics are every Sunday, and they're pretty much just working on different skills each week to better the players so they can be good when they get to the middle school and stuff.
At the clinics, the volunteers take the players through several stations where they teach them different skills.
So I'm going to do an underhand toss to whoever's first in line. And then she's going to step to it and then catch it and bring it to her ear, close to her body. Now I'm going to pass it underhand back. And I can give some low balls too.
They work on simple stick work and teach the kids the fundamentals of lacrosse. There's no experience needed for any of the young players. This way, the kids can learn the basics and explore the sport of lacrosse in a non-exclusive environment. Educating younger kids in the community about lacrosse and getting them excited about the sport is an important aspect to ensuring successful teams in the future.
It's important to grow the program because we've been doing so good these past couple of years and a lot of girls are very interested in the sport, so it's just important to support them so they can continue to play.
This has been Caroline Prowitz for WARL.
Perhaps some of the young UALA players will emerge as state champions once they get to high school. In the meantime, we can cheer on our varsity team in the remainder of their season this year. The girls lacrosse team state championship will take place May 29th to June 2nd.
2 Ohio State Buckeyes were taken in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft.
Denzel Ward, a cornerback, was taken 4th overall, followed by fellow Buckeye lineman Billy Price in the 21st pick of the first round.
Both players are staying close to home. Ward is venturing to the Cleveland Browns and Price is going to the Bengals.
Adding to the strong showing of college sports in Columbus, the women's Final Four basketball was held at Nationwide Arena from March 30th to April 1st. Macy got the inside information about this event.
This year, Columbus hosted women's college basketball's Final Four. Nationwide Arena was the selected destination for the games. According to ESPN, over 7.62 million people watched the games on TV. A record-breaking 39,123 fans came out to support during the championship game. The Fighting Irish were coming off a win of the previously undefeated Yukon Huskies. Notre Dame was seeking their first championship title in 17 years. Mississippi State was coming off a win against Louisville, who ended their season with a 36-3 record. This was only the fourth time in tournament history that all number 1 seeds ended up in the Final Four. Tensions were high, and the game was very back and forth. Leave it up to Enrique Agumbawale, who had, in the game against UConn, hit a buzzer beater, to hit another buzzer beater to seal the national title. This has been Macy Spielman reporting for WARL.
With Notre Dame emerging victorious, the Final Four was a great publicity event for the city of Columbus by bringing in visitors from around the country.
Now we kick it to Abraham and Leah with community news.
Hi, I'm Abe.
And I'm Leah. Upper Arlington Theater students performed Little Theater Little Shows May 3rd and May 4th. These student-directed, written, and performed 10-minute skits were wonderful.
This year, Upper Arlington celebrates its 100-year anniversary.
Many different events are taking place in honor of the centennial. CJ provides us with more information.
Upper Arlington was founded in 1918, and today, in 2018, we celebrate 100 years of our beloved town. Citizens of Upper Arlington are celebrating many things this year, including our storied past, great schools, athletics, and the people of our town. Upper Arlington Public Library has a section that displays our city's storied past, courtesy of the Upper Arlington Rotary Club. These displays include informational pieces about Marv Moorhead, the Golden Bear Jack Nicklaus, King and Ben Thompson, the 4th of July Parade, Jones Middle School, Cheffonette, and many more important parts of UA's historical past. I interviewed Upper Arlington students Jackson Ness and Drew Paxton about what 100 years of UA means to them. Here's what they had to say.
Celebrating 100 years of Upper Arlington means to me that I'm thankful for all the things that UA has provided to me, including great athletics, excellent school, and that has prepared me for college tenfold, the safety of Upper Arlington, and the great people that are a part of it.
UA, just been a vital part of my whole life. You know, growing up here, living here my whole life, just a great sense of community and camaraderie. And, the education I've been provided from Upper Arlington has just been fantastic, leading me to do greater things later in life. And celebrating it's essential because it's great to give back to the community that's given so much to me.
The city of Upper Arlington celebrated 100 years with a book called A Cherished Past and the construction of Centennial Plaza. The city also decorated Northwest Boulevard with signs and the Centennial logo on the city's water tower, located at Kingsdale. Congrats to UA on 100 years. This has been CJ Carsados reporting for WARL.
Celebrations and special events regarding the milestone for our city will occur throughout the year.
Another part of Upper Arlington's history is the Golden Apple Award, presented every year since 1981 by the Upper Arlington Civic Association to one Upper Arlington educator from each school in the district.
Teachers are nominated by students and parents. This year, 13 awards were given out, one of which was received by Upper Arlington High School's very own Miss Burgess. The UACA has honored over 400 teachers over the years for helping out to shape the community.
Despite all the excellence in our community, distracted driving among young drivers and adults alike is very prevalent here in Upper Arlington.
Here's what Caroline found about distracted driving in our community.
Distracted driving is on the rise, and it is a very relevant problem among young UA drivers. Over 60% of the 19 students polled at UAHS think that distracted driving is a problem in our community. Almost 70% of the 19 students said that they themselves drive distracted. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that 9 people are killed every day in the U.S. as a result of crashes involving a distracted driver. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, distracted drivers claimed 3,477 lives in 2015 alone. Teens were the largest age group reported as distracted at the time of fatal crashes. Young driver and UAHS student Emma Heyer provides her point of view on distracted driving in UA.
I know a lot of people after school who get their cars rear-ended and stuff. A lot of times it's because someone's like on their phone not paying attention. A lot of times when people like drive me places, they're texting or just in general using their phone, and it really bothers me. I think it can affect like anybody, but I do think that now that like phones and whatnot is like more prominent or whatever, like everybody in our generation has one, it's just more of an issue. But I know a lot of adults who use their phones too.
Despite popular belief, distracted driving includes much more than simply texting and driving. Texting while driving has been illegal in Ohio since 2012. However, drivers are still distracted by devices and other variables. Distractions can include checking your GPS, eating and drinking, putting on makeup, interacting with your passenger, and using your phone for various reasons, such as changing the music, texting, or calling.
I don't use my phone while driving. I mean, sometimes I'm like switching a song or something. There's no cars, okay? Sometimes I get really into that jam. I'm kind of bopping, get a little bit distracted. I try not to though.
As the amount of distracted drivers on the roads have increased, more options have been made available to help drivers stay focused, such as apps on phones, hands-free devices, and more.
I have the progressive app Snapshot, which like it can tell based on your driving, like if you like brake hard and all this stuff, but also it sees if you use your phone while you're driving, and it uses all that like data to give you a better insurance plan. Like it's cheaper for you if you don't use your phone, just like to promote safe driving.
Emma shares her advice on how to stay focused while driving.
I think just like put your phone away, like maybe put it somewhere you can't reach it. I know it's hard though, like if you have like an aux or whatnot, but yeah, I think if like you can't really have it there, then you're not going to use it.
This has been Caroline Perwitz for WARL.
Stay safe on the roads, Bears, and remember, it can wait.
With a stressful last few weeks of school with AP testing and finals, it's important to focus on mental health.
Urban Zen is one of the new remedies offered at the school to handle all the stress brought on from the school and life.
Now is a great time to participate in this to help yourself find a calm in the chaos.
I explored the world of Urban Zen, and here's what I found.
Urban Zen integrative therapy started in hospitals where therapists would use relaxation techniques to help heal patients, which turned into what it is now. Urban Zen sessions are relaxation sessions where you use mindful movements, restorative poses, breath and body awareness meditation, and essential oil therapy to find your calm in the chaos. Students are constantly pressured to perform well academically, participate in extra activities, and get high SAT and ACT scores. And for teachers, the stress of teaching can lead to fatigue, burnout, and exhaustion. These elements decrease the joy of teaching as well as learning, and increase anxiety, insomnia, and along with other stress symptoms. Urban Zen addresses the symptoms of the VAL model, which are A for anxiety, E for exhaustion, I for insomnia, O for overwhelm, U for upset, and Y for you need self-care. You can sign up for 60 and 90-minute classes at Yoga on High at Grandview and at Short North. However, fortunately for us, Urban Zen sessions are offered the last 20 minutes of 4th period and first 20 minutes of 5th period in the freshman gym at the high school. I've gone twice, and last time I went they were offering sushi. A felt relaxed and prepared for the rest of the day. This has been Abe Alfauer from WARL.
To learn more about Urban Zen's mission, visit mind-ed.com.
Other than Urban Zen, you can visit any of the many yoga studios here in Upper Arlington or visit the Counseling Center for relaxation techniques and stress-relieving activity ideas.
Now we smack it back to Piper and CJ with Maine.
Welcome back to Maine.
On April 21st, the annual Step Up for Stephanie Walk/Run was held at the Stephanie Spielman Comprehensive Breast Center.
This event started 16 years ago with the Stephanie Spielman Fund and has gone above and beyond expectations.
Macy got the inside details on this event.
On April 21st, the annual Stephanie's Champions took place. With nearly 140 people more than last year, 2,000 people came out to support the cause. Stephanie's Champions is a way to honor and show respect to those who've been affected by cancer, whether you've been directly affected as a survivor or someone who hasn't.
And my hero, Chris Spielman.
Over the years, Stephanie's Champions has raised nearly $2 million, but the fund itself has raised over $23 million. People had the option to run 4 miles or walk 1 mile, and in the span of 3 hours, participants raised over $11,400. With 100% of the proceeds going towards breast cancer research, we're definitely making strides to finding a cure.
You can donate to the Stephanie Spielman Fund at www.give2.osu.edu or get involved with the fund by running in the annual race.
Hi, I'm Aurora.
And I'm Caroline. Upper Arlington High School junior Gabe Walsh talks about his passion for fish and the places it's taken him. Leah and Aurora report.
When I was visiting the Cayman Islands 4 or 5 years ago, we did Discover scuba diving course. So we spent the first half of the day in a classroom and in the swimming pool at a hotel. And then the second half of the day, we went out and did a real dive in the open water. The coolest dive that I've been on was in Hawaii at Molokini Crater. The visibility was just incredible. But probably the craziest experience was at another dive site in Hawaii with manta rays. There were like between 18 and 21 foot manta rays just swarming around us, and one of them actually knocked the GoPro off of my head.
The fish is something that just makes him unique, and it's a wonderful, fun interest that he can share with other people. Not a lot of kids scuba dive, certainly, and not a lot of kids own fish tanks.
I've had stonefish before, the most venomous fish in the world. I've done mantis, shrimps, octopus, sharks, stingrays, stuff like that. But the dangerous stuff is what I'm more into. I've been to Grand Cayman, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Aruba, Hawaii, Belize, and Florida. And we're headed to the Bahamas in a week or two. That's kind of my goal, is when I go diving, I like to kind of pick a fish from each place that I've been diving and put it in my tank as like a little memory from that place.
Gabe manages his passion for fish and scuba diving while also being an active student. During his free time, he is a big help in the special needs classrooms. Along with school, he also works 3 outside jobs, which includes 2 restaurants and an aquarium.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gabe is just a wonderful kid. He genuinely cares about other people, and he seems to find those kids who aren't part of the mainstream. And I think that that's very special and unique to a teen. I think a lot of teens find it difficult to relate to special needs kids. And Gabe has always felt a very strong connection with those kids and has enjoyed volunteering and helping and giving his time. I think it's wonderful. that he's involved, and I love that he'll remember one of the kids' birthdays and make a card, or, asked by candy at the local CVS, for one of the kids, because he knows it's their favorite kind, and he just has always been that type of kid.
Fish will forever remain as his passion. He hopes to continue diving as an adult, possibly through the Coast Guard or Divers at Work network, which he described as the 911 for scuba emergencies.
But my advice to people is to try scuba diving. It's life-changing. It's really incredible.
This has been Aurora, Shirl, and Leah Rapucci reporting from WARL.
Gabe is also active in the Upper Arlington High School musical program.
Upper Arlington Civic Association announced the incoming junior directors on April 19th. These students help run the UACA events that occur throughout the year.
The students selected are Jack Amling, Mackenzie Callender, Emerson Gifford, Grace Golumbieski, Sabrina Good, Jackie Kasai,
Elizabeth McKenna, Jenna Poling, Leah Rapucci, Chloe Russilli, Daniel Seeley, Andrew Shapiro, and Olivia Wargo.
Congratulations to those who were selected.
A few UA residents have been working together to make Upper Arlington a more welcoming community. You may have seen signs or bumper stickers around UA bearing the slogan, Equal UA, Together We Are Better.
Jones Middle School teacher and track coach Darian House talks about how the movement Equal UA got its start.
Equal UA is an organization that is just trying to better the community, trying to raise awareness for people that haven't had a voice. It got started in November. I was walking my two puppies. I'm walking about a block and a half away from my house, and I see a jogger. So I had my dogs go about 3 or 4 inches off of the sidewalk onto the grass. And he says to me, I don't trust black people with dogs. And then, I was kind of confused. Like, what did you say? And he said, I don't trust you with those type of dogs. So I was upset, came home, told my girlfriend. She went on the Upper Arlington discussion forum on Facebook. And then from there, it just started this movement. I work in the community. I live in the community. It's important to me that I want to see UA be exposed to people that look like me. We want to have some minorities. We want to have some infusion of change, difference in this community, because this is a great community. Not everyone is the same. Not everyone has come from the same place. Everyone has a story to tell. Let's sit down, let's take a few minutes, and let's learn about our neighbors. Let's learn about our community members. Let's learn about the people that are around us in these communities, because we only have a short time on this earth, and things are so crazy right now. Let's bring some love and kindness to the table.
For information about the social movement, search Equal UA on Facebook.
You can stay current with our show by following us on Twitter at UA_Live 2019.
That's it for this edition of UA Alive. Thanks for watching.